So grateful for this community and grateful to be with you for another week. I'm Tim Fortescue, an IFS trained practitioner specializing in spiritual growth and healing, and just really appreciate people's courage, allowing me to walk alongside them on their spiritual journey or just life in general. You can find out more about me on my website at faithfullygrowing.com. As we go throughout the time today, whether you're watching live or watching the recording, put your questions in the chat. Today, I'm just going to lead us in a simple 5-10 minute meditation to check in with our parts. And so if you have questions and you're joining live, I'll address those at the end of the time. If you're watching a recording, I will take note of any questions that come in throughout the week, and I will address them next week on this same live. I try to do this each week at the same time, which is 9 a.m. Central, where I am here in the U.S. Chicago time. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit the like button and to share and subscribe. And you also have the opportunity to click, I believe it's super stickers here on YouTube that helps support this channel. And so if it's been helpful for you, I'd appreciate any support, and it just helps me keep doing things like this and make sure that I keep IFS accessible to all, because it's a modality that has changed my life and so many others. If you're new to IFS or internal family systems, you can find out more on my website under the How I Work tab. And while you're on the website, I encourage you to sign up for my 25 IFS guided meditations, as well as check out my donation-based products. That's another place where you can support the work of IFS and making it accessible to all there on the channel. The donation-based products, one of the biggest things that I offer, and that is a weekly consultation group for IFS practitioners or therapists, and a weekly drop-in for everyone, and those are held on 2 separate days each week. So check that out, and if you have questions, you can always send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com. But with that, let's just take some time to check in with our internal world. I know me, it's the first day of school for my kids here. I'm in the Madison, Wisconsin area, and so getting into new rhythms, just getting back to the house after school drop-offs to get into work and working from home, just a transition for the kids and for me. And so maybe you're going through a transition, or maybe it's just good to take some time to check in with your internal world and just pause. So let's just pause. And as you do that, just kind of settle into where you are. You can close your eyes if you prefer. But if that's uncomfortable, you can also just let your gaze rest softly in front of you and begin to notice your breath. I know I need to settle in from just the hectic morning. Wherever you are, maybe it's afternoon or evening. And just begin to notice your internal world, your parts, those thoughts, feelings, actions, impulses, beliefs. If it's coming to mind, it's likely a part. And just kind of go with what's arising. You don't have to figure it out. There's no agenda here. Just imagine your parts gathering around. with you as the coach or leader. Some may want to be close to you, some may prefer to be further away. Some may know other parts, and some may be totally new. Kind of see how they're lining up and where they're sitting together. And see if there's a part or a group of parts that could use a little attention for the next 4 or 5 minutes or so. It's okay just to pick someone, too, if that's easier, if there's a part that you're curious about. Let the other parts know that they can have a chance to have some time in the future too, but we can get to know our parts better if we spend some quality time one-on-one. So shift your focus back to the part that you're going to give some attention right now. Where do you notice it, in or around your body? Maybe it's a visual. Maybe it's a part that just keeps repeating the same thing over and over again to you. How do you know that this part has your focus right now? Just see if there's more that this part wants to share. And as you sense into this part and you hear it share, how are you feeling toward it? And see if you could extend it just a little compassion or curiosity. And know that if you're sensing things other than compassion or curiosity, is likely another part. Just see if that part could soften back and give some space. We're not trying to get rid of our parts, but in that spaciousness, they can see that they're not alone. We can get to know them better. They can get to know us better. And if the part is able to soften back, thank it. Just take a minute and thank all the other parts who are sitting here, soften back and just witnessing as you engage with the part that you're working with right now. Then turn your attention back toward the part that's getting attention today. See if you can extend it some compassion, curiosity. See if it can take that in. It may be helpful to check in with the part. Often our parts are younger and they don't know who we are, so maybe ask how old the part is. And just go with whatever arises. And then when you get a sense of how old that part is, let it know who you are. Things are likely different now. It doesn't have to bear the weight of life alone. It's got you, it's got these other parts that are witnessing. And before we wrap up, just see if the part has things to share with you. And spend a minute or a minute and a half listening and responding. Maybe curious to know what the intention or job is of the part. How's it trying to protect you? Then just spend some time responding to this part that has had the courage to come forward and share. And let it know that we're about to wrap up, but see if there's anything else. And thank this part for its courage, for as much or as little as it shared or allowed to be seen. Let it know this doesn't have to be the last time. You'd like to spend more time with it if it would like that. And then when it feels complete, you can say goodbye to that part for now, and it can return back with the other parts that are gathered around. Just look around and notice the other parts that are here. Remind them that they're not alone, they're part of this team. And you're grateful to be the facilitator, the coach. And remind them that they can have a chance to have some time in the future too. Then when it feels complete for now, you can bring your awareness back to the present moment. Stretch and move around a bit. You can come back and join us here on the live. Open your eyes if they were closed, and just thanks so much for your courage in joining here. And let me know if you have questions. You can put them in the chat now, and I can spend a few minutes engaging with your questions. Thanks so much for that thumbs up. If you haven't already, I encourage you to click the like button and subscribe to the podcast or to the live so that you can be made aware when I go live again. Try to do this each week at the same time, which is 9 a.m. Central, U.S. Chicago time, where I am. And if you have questions and you're not watching the live, or you want to type them in later, type them in the chat and I'll make a note and address those next week on the live. Additionally, you can always send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com. And so grateful for your courage in joining me here. Have a great week. And if you have suggestions for future content, let me know, or resources that would be helpful for you, and would love to help you on your parts work journey. But so grateful that you're here. Thanks again for just the encouragement that you are to me, and for your trust. And have a great week, and let's try to be gentle with ourselves, and just to welcome all of our parts that we encounter on this journey through life. All right, thanks so much, and take care.